Just gonna read this real quick. All right, it might not be real quick. I'm gonna try and make it real quick because I'm fucking exhausted. It's late and it's been a long day. It's been a long week. Very taxing, I must say. You might not get any background music with this because I know there was someone out there in bitch Oot land that said, "Oh, you don't have music in the background or your little logo. You're becoming wimpy." Listen, moron, troll. If I don't have music in the background, so what? That's Are you here for the background music or are you here for the information? Don't be a jack off, all right, and a jerk off. If I don't have time to edit and put music and the TST21 logo, whatever, it's the information that counts, such as, well, ticks. I was going to do one about ticks everywhere. They're dumping ticks, and I covered that several months ago, that they were dumping ticks on farms, weaponized ticks. Now, I want to talk. I did want to talk about that tonight, but we're shifting to this. We're 6 months away from global food shortages because farmers are facing a quadruple whammy crisis done on purpose by your so-called elites. This new world order. It's done on purpose. I meant purpose. Get a load of this. We've never faced anything like this. Nothing quite like this. Diesel fuel and fertilizer have become far more expensive as a result of this conflict in Iran. Let's just roll that back a little bit. This started all with the scamdemic. Diesel, gas, oil, food, and also fertilizer from the scamdemic years ago. This ain't nothing new. Now they're saying it's because of Iran, the war. This this orchestrated destruction of our supply chain started with the scamdemic. There was no virus in 2020, just like there's no hantavirus, just like Ebola and all this shit. If there is no Ebola, it's probably because Africa is heavily quaccinated, right, Bill Gates? Piece of crap, you. And so they have extreme weather also playing into the mix because, of course, they're controlling that. And it's all playing havoc with our crops all over the world. Heads up, here in Estados Unidos, oops, I meant United States, we just experienced the driest first 3 months of a year in recorded history. Cue in the figure and fiction. The driest first 3 months of a year in recorded history. In recorded his story. The first 3 months of this year was the driest of any first 3 months in recorded history. No, that's not an exaggeration because a super El Nino is coming. What you talking about, Willis? A super El Nino? I don't know. I'm 56 years old. Last time I checked, over 50 years old is over half a century old. I've never heard of a super El Nino. Huh? Is this a Mandela effect? Did it happen? Did it really happen? Is it happening? Well, I don't know what the hell's... A super El Nino's coming. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How coincidental. And that means that drought conditions are going to get even worse in many areas of the world. The super El Nino... Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. My bad. According to Michael Snyder's article, there was a super El Nino in 1877 to 1878. I never heard of it. I never heard of a super El Nino, but okay. I mean, life's a learning experience. You learn something new every day. Well, the super El Nino of 1877 to 78 resulted in widespread droughts that killed more than 50 million people. So they had that way back, a super El Nino back then? I must have missed that one. Okay, but now we're due up for another one? Okay, dark. And now we're being warned that the upcoming Super El Nino could be even worse. Our farmers have never faced a more perfect storm than now. Nothing like this magnitude, and worldwide food production is going to be way down in the months ahead. So that $5 bag of chips that you're used to buying, that you're still buying and not complaining about, because I see people in the grocery stores. Nobody's complaining about prices. Nobody's boisterous about it. I am. When I see something that's like, what the fuck? A bag of 12-ounce chips? $5? Are you JKing me? You calling that a low price? Yeah, I say it out loud in the aisle. This is a ripoff. But most people they've been so conditioned over the years. It's just, $5 for a bag of chips, $6 for okra, $26 a pound for steak. Yeah, okay. Hardly anybody's getting pissed out in the public sphere. You'll see videos on social media of people complaining, but that's the exception, not the rule. When I'm out in the grocery store, there's nobody going, "What the hell, man? $9 for for a box of cereal? You kidding me?" Nobody. They're actually buying it still like it's no big deal. You should be annoyed. You should be complaining about this because they're orchestrating all this. Orchestrating. So they're saying this super El Nino on top of all the other shit that they're doing, jacking up our gas prices. Our gas prices were $2 and under Obama. I think I venture to say Katrina started it, the high gas prices. And then when Bush was in office, the high Katrina, and then Obama, it was $2.85, $2.65 a gallon when Obama was in office. Lest you forget. And then it went down the first term of Trump to like $1.79 a gallon. We paid as low as like $1.49 a gallon with Kroger gas fuel points. Yeah, fuel points under the first term of Trump. So it went real low on that time. Then, of course, the scamdemic of 2020, Beijing, Biden, high Biden inflation out the wazoo. Don't forget that, all right? Because a lot of people want to say it's just happening now, this administration. No. This has been happening a long time, but especially so since the scamdemic, done on purpose, all right? So now, on top of all the stuff that we've had to endure, they're now, I'm going to say, they control the weather. They are saying that a super El Nino is coming, and they're trying to say it happened in the 1800s, which, were you around the 1800s? I know I wasn't, so I can't prove that. That's what they said. But we're around now, and we know they control the weather, right? And so here we are. If what they said in the 1800s, that a super El Nino killed 50 million people, just think how many they want to destroy in the 21st century. Seeing as how, well, the Deagle.com did a population projection that by 2025, most of the West, especially in America, was supposed to be gone. They didn't hit their target, so they're kind of overdue. So if it killed 50 million in the late 1800s, how many is this super El Nino in 21st century going to kill? Huh? Asking for a friend. The UN's Food and Agriculture Organization. Oh, that's great. We have a Food and Agriculture Organization, the UN, as if the UN wants us to really stick around. But anyway, they're publicly warning that a severe worldwide food crisis could strike about 6 months, 6 months from now, if something really dramatic does not happen. Well, maybe they'll try to help it out by pushing insects into the food supply, so the sheep will go, "Oh, I can't afford these empty shelves and the higher prices. Please, UN, help us." And UN goes, "You'll eat the bugs." "Okay, I'll do whatever. It's protein, okay." Yeah, they want you to capitulate. They want you to eat the bugs, okay? They want you to eat the lab meat. Even the human meat. Yeah, this is all done on purpose. And the closure of the Strait of Hormuz could trigger a severe worldwide food price crisis within 6 to 12 months unless governments act quickly. Oh my God, they create the problem. We want the solution, and they give us a solution. The government said that, well, they could have a solution. They could act quickly in the next 6 to 12 months to offer us a solution. Just what will that be? Decisions now by farmers and governments on fertilizer use, imports, financing, and crop choices will determine whether food prices spike later this year or in early 2027. They shouldn't be spiking at all. This is what their plan is, all right? I don't even want to read this any further. This is their plan is you'll own nothing by 2030. You'll be renting. You might be alive by 2030. You'll be renting. You'll be a side note because they want everything to be automated. Hell far, by last year, 2025, the workforce was supposed to be automated, about 80% of it automated, but it didn't come to fruition. Neither did their big depopulation plan come to fruition, but they want it to come to fruition. So if you're alive by 2030, you'll be a side note, a universal basic income. You might be eating the bugs, the lab meat, taking your quaccinations, because by and large, most of the people out there are sheeple, and I see it all the time. I see it all the time. They're wearing their muzzles, they're rolling up their sleeves, bragging about it. They're dropping off. They're deleting themselves on the friends list. They're unsubscribing because they can't handle anything. Because they want the message to massage their ears. They want, a kumbaya message. I am not the kumbaya message guy. All right, I'm here to let you know what's going on. I don't like what's going on, but my conscience won't let me be unless I get this information that I see out. I'm afforded the time to see this, the opportunity to research and look up the latest. So I have to relay, tag I'm it, now tag you're it, kind of thing. And of course, in the article, they're saying that one extremely hungry man in Afghanistan, I don't know what his name is, Aknad, they don't name his name, says that he's willing to sell his own daughters just so that he will have enough money to buy food. Oh, okay. It says Abdul Rashid Azimi. Anyway, in other parts of the world, I'm not saying they're not starving, they are. And what it is they're, from what I gather, their plan is for us not to starve. Well, kind of, sort of. You might see holes on the shelves, a la 2020, the scamdemic, but the food prices, like what we're seeing now, it's kind of sort of like we ain't seen nothing yet. So yeah, the West might have food on the shelves. It might look like it's in abundance, and it could be, or apparently so, but the price is out of reach. And if in areas where they steal, well, they'll put it under lock and key. I mean, what are we doing here? If you can't afford to eat, what do? Some people resort to stealing. Then the stores will put the items on lockdown, and then slippery slope, all done on purpose. I want to share that with you. Just it goes on and on. They keep talking about a drought. It's weird. They orchestrate the drought, but yet isn't there like a water table? Like the Earth is 70% water. A lot of it's salt water, but I mean under our feet, isn't there a lot of water? Like when you drill, you could drill for oil, you could drill for water, have like a well. How come these farms can't? I'm not a farming guy, but it's like, how come they can't irrigate their own lands? They can't. There's no way of digging into, tapping into water underneath our feet. Am I missing something here? Even if it didn't rain, even if they deprived the farmlands of rain, and I said they because they control the weather, isn't there a way for them to irrigate their own land? Somehow, like, you know how they drill for oil and it goes. You can't do that with water? You can't dig like massive wells to tap into the water beneath our feet? I don't know. But they're doing this. It's on purpose. 6 months. What is that? The end of fall, beginning of perhaps the real dark winter. Is that what we're looking at? Unbelievable. That's what you got. That's what I got for you. Again, let me repeat this. We're 6 months from global food shortages because farmers are facing a quadruple whammy crisis. Stock up for what that's worth. Pray up. It's unbelievable where we're at.